Welcome, dear viewers, to another spine-tingling tale brought to you by Scary Stories for You. Prepare to step into a world where night turns to an unending nightmare. But before we unveil Endless Shadows, the hotel that stole the night, make sure to give us a thumbs up if you're ready for a chilling adventure unlike any other. Don't forget to subscribe to Scary Stories for You and ring that notification bell so you never miss a hair-raising episode. After you've watched, we're eager to hear your thoughts. So please comment down below with your own experiences or what you think might be lurking in the shadows. Now let's plunge into the darkness and explore the eerie tale of Endless Shadows, the hotel that stole the night. In the heart of a desolate town, nestled among the cracked streets and abandoned storefronts, there stood a dilapidated hotel. Its name, the Crescent Shadows, had long faded from the peeling sign that creaked in the bitter wind. This forsaken place was where two co-workers, Sarah and Mark, found themselves one fateful evening. The hotel's interior was as bleak as its exterior, with threadbare carpets and faded wallpaper that whispered tales of long-forgotten guests. The front desk, manned by a withered old man, creaked in the dim light. His eyes held a haunted look, but he assured the two weary travelers they'd find rest there. With reluctance and exhaustion pulling at their limbs, Sarah and Mark took a room on the third floor. The single dusty window offered a view of the moonlit town, but the moon appeared to be frozen in place, casting an eerie, perpetual night over the forsaken landscape. As the night dragged on, neither Sarah nor Mark could sleep. The room seemed to warp with each passing hour, furniture shifting, shadows lengthening, and the air growing colder. Mark's once familiar face became a mask of suspicion in the dim light, and Sarah's gaze began to dart anxiously. Sarah's voice trembled as she asked Mark, "Is it just me? Or has this night been lasting forever?" Mark's eyes narrowed. "I was about to ask you the same thing. I've barely blinked and it feels like days have passed." Their paranoia deepened. Sarah accused Mark of whispering strange words under his breath, words she couldn't understand, and Mark swore Sarah was casting strange shadows that danced menacingly on the walls. As the night pressed on, their accusations escalated. Sarah became convinced Mark was plotting against her, whispering conspiracies to the shadows. Mark believed Sarah was conjuring sinister forces within the room, dark entities that swirled around her. With dawn perpetually out of reach, the once trusting co-workers now saw only malevolence in each other's eyes. They retreated to opposite corners of the room, clutching any object they could find as a makeshift weapon. In the eternal night, sanity wavered. Mark's grip on reality began to slip, and he could no longer distinguish the boundaries of the room. He saw Sarah as a ghostly specter, her laughter echoing with madness. Sarah, too, teetered on the edge of sanity. Shadows whispered to her, promising escape from the unending night if she would only trust them. She contemplated the darkness and what it might offer. As the world outside continued to stand still, the hotel room transformed into a battlefield of paranoid delusions. There, in the decaying heart of the Crescent Shadows, two co-workers, once friends, now adversaries, were trapped in a night that had no end. Their voices, once warm with camaraderie, now grew hoarse from accusation. The battle for survival was no longer against the decrepit hotel, but against the creeping madness that consumed them both. As the first rays of dawn finally pierced through the curtains, their eyes met one last time. In that moment, the truth struck them both with a force that shook them to their core. They had been victims of a malevolent force, a dark entity that reveled in their torment. With newfound clarity, they fled the room and descended the creaking stairs, the once ancient front desk now empty. They emerged into the morning light, leaving behind the cursed hotel and the sinister night that clung to its walls. The Crescent Shadows had released them, but the scars of that endless night would forever haunt their memories, a chilling reminder that sometimes the true horror lies not in the dilapidated buildings, but in the minds of those who dwell within. As we reach the end of Endless Shadows, we hope you've enjoyed this harrowing journey through an unending night. If you found yourself captivated by this tale, don't forget to show your support by giving us a like and subscribing to Scary Stories for You for more bone-chilling adventures. And remember, Halloween is lurking just around the corner, and we have a cauldron full of spooky stories brewing for you. So stay tuned for a month of haunting narratives that will keep you on the edge of your seat. We want to thank each and every one of you for your support and for being a part of our growing community. Your likes, subscribes, and comments mean the world to us. Now, as the shadows grow longer and the nights darker, we wish you all a hauntingly good time. Stay curious, stay brave, and stay tuned for more from Scary Stories for You.